The story you are about to hear is not just an ancient tale. It is a lesson in life, faith, and courage. Noah, an ordinary man, was given an impossible mission: to save humanity and all living species on Earth. But why did God make such a drastic decision? And how did Noah manage to accomplish such a gigantic task? Today, we will tell every detail of this story that changed the world forever. The world in Noah's days was a dark place. Humanity had completely corrupted itself. Violence prevailed, justice was non-existent, and respect for God had disappeared. People lived only to satisfy their own desires, without caring about the consequences of their actions. God, in His infinite justice, saw that the hearts of men were continually inclined to evil. It was then that He made the decision that would change everything. To cleanse the earth and start anew. Amid all this corruption, God found a righteous man. Noah. He was different from everyone around him. A man who lived according to God's will, even when everyone else followed the path of wickedness. Noah, build an ark for me. The end of all flesh has come, for the earth is filled with violence. I will send a flood upon the earth to destroy everything that has the breath of life. But with you, I will establish my covenant. Imagine the weight of these words. Noah knew he was facing a grand mission, and he accepted it with obedience and faith. The ark was a monumental construction, made of cypress wood. It had 3 stories, compartments for food, and enough space to house 2 of every species of animal. Noah, with the help of his family, worked tirelessly for decades to complete this divine work. But it wasn't easy. While Noah and his sons worked day and night, neighbors and local inhabitants mocked him. They called him crazy, saying it was impossible for something like a flood to happen. They said things like, "Look at this man, building a giant boat in the middle of nowhere. He's lost his mind." But Noah never wavered. He trusted fully in God, even when it seemed like everything was against him. And then, the day came. Noah, his family, and the animals entered the ark. God closed the door, and the floodgates of heaven opened. The rain began to fall and didn't stop. Springs from the great deep also burst forth, and the water began to cover everything. Imagine the desperation of the people outside, trying to save themselves. But it was too late. God's promise was fulfilled. Only those inside the ark would survive the great judgment. After many days, the rain stopped, and the waters began to recede. Noah sent out a dove, which returned with an olive branch. Finally, the ark rested on Mount Ararat, and God commanded Noah to come out. Noah and his family stepped onto dry land, ready to start anew. They built an altar and offered sacrifices to God in gratitude for His protection. "I make a covenant with you. Never again will I destroy the earth with a flood. As a sign of this covenant, I place my bow in the clouds." The story of Noah is one of the greatest demonstrations of faith and obedience in human history. Even in the face of difficulties and chaos, he chose to trust God. And through him, a new beginning was possible. This story is not just about the past. It reminds us that no matter how hard the challenge is, faith in God can guide us to a better future. If this story inspired you, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and activate the notification bell so you don't miss our upcoming content. See you next time.